Let's dive into the system that I use for my recruiting business, that my members use for their recruiting businesses to market most placeable candidates, the MPC strategy, which I'll show you, as well as sourcing and getting candidates, as well as getting clients. So the system I'm going to show you literally does the work of a full-time salesperson with recruiting background. So if you were starting your own recruiting business, even if you own a recruiting business and you're looking to scale internally, typically you're going to spend anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 in base salary annually. That's kind of what the going rate is for somewhat of an experienced salesperson, and then commissions on top of that. So I'm going to show you a system that does the work of 2 full-time recruiters or sales executives at around $7,000 a year. Again, a full-time sales executive around $7,000 a year. Let's get into it. All right. So Sales Navigator. For those of you that have LinkedIn Recruiter, I do a ton of calls every week, consultations, one-on-ones with prospective people that want to become Recruitemy members. And they're all using LinkedIn Recruiter. Guys, stop using LinkedIn Recruiter. It's a waste of money. They charge so much money, and you can get everything you need right here in Sales Navigator for a fraction of that cost. I think it's less than $100 a month. This is what you need. So you go into Sales Navigator, we'll go into the leads, and let's go ahead and filter your. All right, so I went ahead and did a quick search. Let's go through it. This is just for the purpose of this video. I want to get through it. Project manager in Tampa, Florida, second and third degree connections with me in the wireless industry. Only brings you back 14 results. Ideally, when we do these searches, you're going to get anywhere between 500 to around 1,000 people over here. They're going to pop up. And the idea is these could be possible hiring managers or candidates that you want to place, like passive A-player candidates that are currently employed, which are the best candidates to place, but they're all right here on the right-hand side. So let's say we had 500 people here. You don't want to go through each one of them with the fine-tooth comb, but it's better to cast a wide net, have some automation within your business. And all you do is copy this URL right here. You jump into our tool called Recruitemy Leadcast, which is what you see right here. All my members use this, as you can see on the right-hand side, left-hand side. Let me go down to a few of my members that I know Jerry gets really good results from this. Let me jump into his account. So we loaded up a campaign right here for Jerry, and let me see some of his responses. So there you go. So Jerry's got a bunch of messaging that we've set up for him on automation to prospective hiring managers, and he's getting responses, right? So here's an automated message that he sent, and then he gets a response back from the CEO of this company. Jerry, thank you for your note. You should speak with Jody King Stallings, who leads our recruitment efforts. Secondly, would you do me a favor and connect with my sister-in-law? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So the point is, Jerry is eliciting responses from potential hiring managers and stakeholders, as well as recruiters. And he's literally at the grocery store, he's fishing, he's golfing, and this is working for him in the background on automation. All right, it goes on and on. These are all responses right here from the campaigns that we've set up. Let me jump down to Mary, who is actually pro-marketing a CEO of a doctor right now that we helped her create. Sorry for my face here, guys. I keep moving it. I know that's annoying. So we did 1,265 leads for her. We named the campaign Todd. That's the name of the candidate. Let me show you the steps that we have set up for Mary. This is called a sequence, an artificial intelligence sequence. So for those 1,200, leads, we tell the system, let's go ahead and do a follow on LinkedIn. Great. Let's go ahead and verify their business email address. So typically over 75% of people who are on LinkedIn will include their email address. And this software extracts their contact information, which I'll show you in a second. All right, so we'll verify it. And if it has verified email by the platform, well, what will we do next? Let's go ahead and send them an email message. So our software can send emails, as well as follow you on LinkedIn, as well as send emails, as well as send LinkedIn messages, as well as send invitations and connections. And then you set up your messaging right here on the right-hand side. We provide the scripting for you and we customize it. We've tested a lot of different cold email messages as well as LinkedIn messages, and we know what converts and what doesn't. So we guide you with that. But bottom line is, here's the message on automation, subject line, etc. What's cool about this is we are pro-marketing a candidate. That's what Mary's doing right now that we helped her set up. So when you join Recruitemy, you have a full-time IT admin that's working with you to create NPC pages like this, right? So how cool is this? This is a candidate that we've locked down that we know is phenomenal. This is our inventory, and Mary is pro-marketing this candidate with a page like this for the client to see. Okay, so I mean, this shatters like sending a resume over or some bullet points. It's a professional website portfolio, digital portfolio, I'll call it, of this candidate, Todd. Gives you all his accomplishments, KPIs, skills, experience, depth of external relationships, P&L budget revenues, because he's looking to be a CEO of a hospital or a healthcare center, education certificates. And typically what you want to do here is put a picture or a video interview with your candidate. I love doing the video, which you can put right here. We do that work for you. And then Henry and Mary, they're a couple, obviously they're married, they're working together with their recruiting business. You can contact them right here. So that is pretty cool. I love that system, that strategy. It works really well. But back to the sequence over here. So we'll send out 3 email messages to the prospect over a period of time. You can set the time cadence down here as well, just right here, really easy to do. And then over here, if the email is not working, let's go ahead and invite the prospect to connect on LinkedIn, put a message right here, automate it. These are variables you can just simply click to like populate their first name so it's not so spammy. Cool. And then if they connect, what will we do next? Well, we'll go ahead and send them a LinkedIn message right there. Okay, there it is. If they don't connect with you after like 3 days, then let's go ahead and drop them an in-mail message. I love in-mail messages, guys. So when you have Sales Navigator, you get about 150 of these every month. And what it is, it's basically an email. It unlocks the person's contact information for you if you're not a first degree connection on LinkedIn. So in-mails are incredible. The stats prove that most people get in-mails that goes right to their inbox. They tend to reply to these more so than an email. So this is like a 3-headed monster, right? We're hitting them with email, LinkedIn, and in-mail. Phenomenal system. And then, you start getting responses like Mary gets all over here. This is one unified box where she can control all of her responses. And people, are telling her, I need people, I don't need people. Let me look at Todd's resume. Yeah, I want to talk to Todd, but it's all right here. So if you're into reporting as well, it's got a great reporting feature back here. You can track all your stats, who's opening your messages, who's connecting with you, all down here so we can make adjustments. Yeah, really good tool. So moving along, on top of that, we then use Apollo. So we have the ability to give you 10,000 email exports every month on Apollo. It's an Apollo hack that most people don't have. So we have that with our members. So imagine being able to come in here and scrape 10,000 emails for your niche audience, whether it's candidates for candidate sourcing, or if it's trying to attract clients, and then loading that up and exporting it into the Recruitemy CRM that you see right here and starting a cold email campaign. So we set up workflows and triggers for you back here, pipelines, we email, we can then wait 60 minutes, we can then email again, we can send an SMS text message through here, all on automation, guys. So this is pretty incredible. This is the system that I use. So for those of you that love automation, I know there's a bunch of you out there that love it. This is all you need. This can literally kickstart your recruiting business from day one, put it in like turbo mode, and start getting candidates, clients, making placements. Here it is. Guys, again, disclaimer, if you're thinking about starting a recruiting business and just using automation, that's a really bad way to think about it. So recruiting is all about building relationships. What these tools do for you is it really tees up the conversation with your ideal prospects, but then you got to take it over from there. So in prior videos, I talk about, how challenging that can be. And if you don't have recruiting background, it's important that you learn a lot about handling a client call, handling a candidate call. But this system right here will help you get, base hits. It'll keep you swinging and load up your sales pipeline and your candidate pipeline.